guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley and I am the crochet designer slash business strategist here behind A Crafty Concept. In today's video, I am showing you guys the Instagram live replay from day 6 of CrochetMAS. Every day for the first 10 days of December, I'm going live over on Instagram and crocheting one of the free crochet patterns from my blog that would make an excellent Christmas gift for you to gift to your family members and friends, or to sell to your audience as a gift to give to their family members and friends. I have made lots of things so far, well, five things so far, because today is day 6. You can find all of the replays here on my YouTube channel. I've linked each of them down below so you can get to them quickly. In today's video, we are going to be making the Claire Bun Beanie. This is my most popular pattern, my most popular finished piece, my most popular YouTube video. This beanie is everybody's favorite, so this was definitely a fun one. Also, with this pattern, we've created a new sheet of product tags for you guys. Send out a freebie with every single CrochetMAS email. This email came with product tags. If you are not on the CrochetMAS email list, you can get the product tags by going to the Claire Bun Beanie blog post, which is linked below, and look for a picture of the product tags. Click on that, and then you can sign up to my email list from there. If you would like to go ahead and get on the CrochetMAS email list for the duration of our 10 days here together, you can go to acraftyconcept.com/CrochetMAS sign up, or just click the link down below. Sign up to get on the CrochetMAS VIP list, and then you will start getting these freebies in your inbox every morning. CrochetMAS emails go out at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every morning to remind you what pattern we're doing that day, where you can find it, give you your freebie, tell you the materials that we use, and I also include any other resources that might help you best go through this pattern. If you do decide that you don't want to receive the CrochetMAS emails anymore, there is a place to unsubscribe inside of every single email. I do not want to send you any emails that you do not want to have in your inbox. I think that's everything. Thank you for being here. Let's go ahead and start watching the replay and make a Claire Bun Beanie together. Good morning. How's everyone doing? Just want to give you a quick disclaimer that my dogs are not in my craft room, but they might and probably will bark if they hear any sound whatsoever. They kind of panic when Gabe's not home. So if there's a sound and Gabe's not home, they lose their mind. If Gabe is home, they don't care, but if Gabe's not home, they lose it. So if you hear them barking, that is why. Welcome to day 6 of CrochetMAS. We are over halfway through all of this CrochetMAS fun, and I am having an absolute blast. So far, we have made the bitty boho stocking, which seems to be a fan favorite for all of the people who have been joining. Hi, everybody coming in. Welcome. Take your time, JP. After this, we made, Crafty facial rounds? Then we made little baby Christmas lights. Then we made a Claire cozy. This one was also a fan favorite. Lots of people were sharing and tagging me in these pictures. And then we made this little darling bitty boho bug yesterday. Isn't he precious? I did end up sewing in my tails. I have not sewed in my tails on this guy yet, but it's hidden in there and nobody's gonna know. Today we are making my most popular pattern and finished piece to date, the Claire Bun Beanie. So this one is going to be a little bit fast-paced, because if it's not, it might take us like an hour and a half, and I'm going to try to get it done in under an hour. I will do like the different things that you need to know slowly, but then I'm going to kind of crank it up because we need to get this done so we're not here for 2 hours like we were on day 1. That was crazy. We do 4 giveaways, hopefully. Yesterday we ran out of time. We do 4 giveaways in these lives. You pick a number between 1 through 126, and then I draw a number out of the basket. We're not doing a giveaway. We're not doing a giveaway yet. I'm just sharing the rules. That we're not doing a giveaway yet. So then you guys guess your numbers. The one that gets the closest without going over is the winner. 1 guess per giveaway, but there's 4 giveaways, so you got 4 chances to win. Just 1 number guess per giveaway, unless you see somebody posted the number that you were posting and they posted it a little bit faster than you, then you can post another number because they will win if that's the correct number that's chosen. These are open internationally. If you live in America or outside of America, you can still get these freebies. We will be giving away the Daisy sticker, fan favorite. We will be giving away a Yarn Makes Me Happy magnet if stickers aren't your thing. And we will also be giving away the PDF for this Claire Bun Beanie pattern. I'll be giving away 2 of them. So this is what the Claire Bun Beanie looks like. I have my brightness on my phone down really low so as to not use up my battery. It is almost fully charged, like it's very close to full. So if it goes dead again, it's a phone problem, not an Ashley problem. Yesterday we had some battery issues. Sierra is here hanging out with us today, and she will be policing the giveaway. So don't worry about if you see somebody not following the rules. Sierra will know not to let that one be the winner. It's no big deal. Everybody's doing the best they can. It's a little confusing. Some people have been here longer than others, so we're just going to give nothing but grace to the other people, nothing but grace to Sierra. And she will tag you in the comments and let you know if you won. And then I need you to send me these 4 things to my email at ashley@acraftyconcept, not my Instagram DMs. My email, because my Instagram DMs, it will get lost. I need to know your name, your Instagram handle, what prize you won specifically. I won the Daisy sticker. I won the Yarn Makes Me Happy magnet. I won the Claire Bun Beanie PDF. It's got to be specific, and then where I need to send it to, either your email address or your physical address. Okay. I think that's all the housekeeping. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the pattern, even though I don't need to because I make these all day long still. But to find it, acraftyconcept.com, then you can click this free patterns tab. Good morning. And then you can scroll all the way down to the very, 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 very bottom. And that is where the Claire Bun Beanie lives. So we're going to click on that and it's going to open up for us. And now we can read this pattern as we work here together. There's also a full video tutorial on YouTube already, and I will be releasing a full video tutorial for the closed version in the next couple of weeks, maybe sometime in January, I don't remember. There is a freebie that goes with this pattern, and if you are on the email list, you already got it. This morning I sent out the freebie, which is product tags that you can attach to your Claire Bun Beanies to tell your customers the size and price. These are good for your market, like taking them to market so customers can see the price without asking you, but they're also good for packaging with your Etsy orders, because if somebody orders more than 1 beanie, you can differentiate the sizes for them. Like if they order 3 linen Claire Bun Beanies and one of them is a child size, you can differentiate the sizes for them by using this tag and packaging them up. But this one was sent out this morning. If you're not on the CrochetMAS email list, you need to sign up to that thing ASAP, because I send out freebies and goodies every single morning, and I'm planning on trying to get a couple coupon codes for you guys for other shops. So keep an eye out for that too. It's very last minute for them, so it's no that's why it's not for sure yet, because I waited very last minute. So it's totally an Ashley problem, but I do send out at least a freebie to go with every single pattern that we do. If you did not get this email this morning and you want this freebie, you can get it by signing up to my email list here on the Claire Bun Beanie blog post, and it will take you directly to the correct sign up link, and then it will be sent to you automatically. Even if you're already on my list, if you don't have these tags and you want them, that's how you can get them. Okay, let's grab, I will be using my J 6.0 millimeter crochet hook. This one works best for my tension, and I will be using, I love this yarn in the color linen because I sell these all the time, and it would be nice to have one on hand to sell the next time somebody orders one. Even though I actually just I just turned off my made to order Claire Bun Beanie listings for the first time in my business last night. Like, I have been making them since the life of my business, and I turned it off last night because I need something to give, because I'm running myself ragged, and that was the easiest thing to get rid of. I will add them when they're ready to ship. If I have a ready to ship one, I will add them, and that's just if I make it on my own time when I have extra time. But if it's not ready to ship, it's no longer available on my website as of last night. So that's a new information, a little life update. So we're going to start by doing a giveaway. Okay. Thank you, Crochet. We're going to start by doing a giveaway. Oh, she's talking to Sierra. Thank you for talking to Sierra and giving her kind, positive vibes. So I'm going to put this back out there again. You can go ahead and guess your numbers 1 through 126. When I say stop, when I type stop in the comment section, no more guesses will be submitted. After I type stop, any numbers after that, Sierra will not count, because we have to have a stop point. It's not something we can just do endlessly. I'm shuffling them up now. You'll be able to watch it in the YouTube replay because I have a second video camera. Well, it's a phone. It's a second phone that's videoing this whole live from a different angle. So if you haven't checked out any of the YouTube replays yet, it might be fun, give you a little behind the scenes peeky of what was happening while you saw what was happening over here. Also, I am adding Spanish subtitles to all of the YouTube video replays because we have some Spanish señoritas hanging out with us over here, and I absolutely love it. Muchas gracias to my Espanol señoritas. Muchas gracias. Okay, I'm going to count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to type stop. S-T-O-P. Give it 2 more seconds before I hit enter. Okay, now we're going to enter. There we go. Now we're going to draw one. Not looking. I'm trying to, okay, what's this one? Here we go. 93. 93 is the winner. Gracias, Sylvia. 93 is the winner, and you are winning the PDF. Sorry I didn't say that. This is for the PDF version of the Claire Bun Beanie. Sierra will find you. She will reach out to you, and then we will move on from there. Now, we are going to start making our beanies together. We start with a slip stitch. So this is how I make a slip stitch. And I just kind of hold it between my fingers right there. Insert my hook under the circle that I just created. And then pull up a loop. Just kidding, that's a magic circle. Just kidding. Okay. Then we are going to go like this. That's how I make my slip knots. I'm not sure, JP. It just depends on the pattern and my mood. I would say with Claire Bun Beanies, it's fairly loose, I would say. I have fairly loose tension. Okay, so, KJ Crochets, congratulations. You won the PDF. Okay, so now we are going to single crochet 10. So I yarn under instead of the traditional yarn over. It's how I taught myself. It's totally fine. You can do whichever way you want to do. If your beanie is affected by the size, just do it a different way the next time or adjust your tension for the way that you do it. So totally up to you. But that's 1. We're going to chain 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now this is a J 6.0 millimeter crochet hook, and I'm using I Love This yarn in the color linen. It is a worsted weight number 4 yarn. Now we are going to single crochet back down the chain. We are going to skip the chain closest to our hook, and we're going to single crochet in this one here. I am just going under that loop right there. So a lot of times in my patterns, I do the back bump. It doesn't matter with Claire Bun Beanies. So I'm just going to go right here in this loop and place my single crochet. That's 1. We're going to do it till we have 9 single crochets. That's 2. Oh, then we have 3 and 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, and last one is 9. Chain 1 and turn our work. That is row 1. We're making the brim, so we're making this portion right here, right now. This is the brim. That's the portion that we're making. We're going to have 50 total rows of the brim. Row 2, we are going to single crochet 1 time in each stitch all the way down, this time in the back loop only. So I'm going to insert my hook into the back loop, which is the loop furthest from your person. This is I Love This yarn in the color linen. Okay. So the back loop, the one furthest from your person, back farther away from you, and we're going to place our single crochet right there. And then we are going... Sorry, my yarn doesn't want to be turned that way. Then we are going to single crochet all the way down for a total of 9 stitches. Now my little arm is bumping around. Okay. That's 2, 3. We are making a Claire Bun Beanie. 4. Happens all the time. 5, 6, 7, 8, and the last one right here for 9. Then we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Now we're just going to repeat that over and over until we have 50 rows. So this is really similar to the Claire Cozy that we made on, was it day 4? So very similar to that. They're designed after one another. Sorry, I had to grab some water. So we're going to continue to single crochet one time in each stitch all the way down, going in the back loops only, then chain 1 and turn our work. I am going to give you a few pro tips though, well at least one, and we'll see whatever else comes to my brain. So this is row 3, we're going to go all the way to row 50. Chain 1 and turn. If you make your chain 1s too tight, your brim will not stretch properly. If you can put your hands in your finished brim and go like this and feel restricted, like you feel like the rows should stretch more, but the ends are stopping you from stretching, you can feel restricted on the ends, your chain 1s are too tight. And this may not stretch enough to fit over the size head that you wanted it to fit. So make sure that your chain 1s are not as tight as physically possible or it won't work. I've had that issue with other people before and I finally figured out what it was, and it was their chain 1s were too tight. I think I figured that out when I was finding helpers when my shop went viral. I think that's when I figured it out, is because some of my helpers beanies were that way and I could feel them in my hands, and I figured out that that was what was happening. So I'm going to do this as fast as possible, but I'm just single crocheting one time in each stitch all the way down. Y'all, I'm getting sweaty again. I'm not nervous. This is my happy place. It don't make no sense for my body to be like, you know, getting sweaty and hot because it thinks we're nervous. We're not nervous. That's a great tip. Learn something new today. Yay! Hopefully it helps some people. Also, when we are finished with row 50, our starting tail will be on the opposite side of where our current working yarn is. So that's one way to help you kind of get an idea of where your last row is. Oh my gosh, we have 106 people today. People are loving the Claire Bun Beanie. It's the first beanie I ever made. I learned from YouTube last November. Well, that's fantastic, Liz. I'm glad you liked the pattern. It's my best everything. My best PDF selling, my best finished piece selling, my most popular YouTube video. It is always my best, is the Claire Bun Beanie. I am very, very blessed that I came up with this willy-nilly, and kind of like I didn't want to because I thought Messy Bun Beanies were silly, but so many people were asking them for me and now I love them. But you know, that's my personality. I do that a lot. I think things are silly and then everybody else starts doing them and then I start doing them. And it's a character flaw. I don't really love that about myself, but oh yeah, girl, I make them with all kinds of yarn. Hi HMK. I actually did a yarn experiment post a couple years ago where I followed the exact same pattern, used the same hook, same tension with a handful of different worsted weight number 4 acrylic yarns. That is on my blog. It's also in the email that I sent out this morning. But if you didn't get the email and you want to search for it, you can just search yarn experiment and you'll see it to see how different number 4 worsted weight acrylic yarns work up so you can modify accordingly. So I used Karen 1 pound and it came out really big, like it covered all the way down to my nose. So if you wanted to use Karen 1 pound for your Claire Bun Beanies, I would suggest going down a hook size. Who is Claire? So does anybody else want to tell her? We talked about it on the Claire Cozy that we did. Does anybody else want to tell her? Sierra's coming in hot with the links for you guys. Sleep depriver, using a J hook. Honey, you're fine. Yes, it is a J hook. Originally, when I designed the pattern, I used an I, but when I switched to Clover and more hooks, it kind of changed everything up because I was using Susan Bates when I wrote the pattern. So now I use a J. With my daughter's crazy thick hair, I go top down and crochet around a hair elastic. There's so many different ways to make Claire Bun Beanies. So many different ways to make Messy Bun Beanies, and they're all wonderful. Characters of Lost. There we go, JP. That is why I named it Claire, because I was currently watching the show Lost I think I was currently rewatching it actually, when Messy Bun Beanies kind of went viral. I think it was in November 2018 maybe. No, 2017 probably. That's when Messy Bun Beanies went viral, not my Claire Bun Beanies. And I designed 3 different beanies, the Claire Bun Beanie, the Kate Bun Beanie, and the Juliet Bun Beanie. They are all named after women in the show Lost. And then I created the Charlie hat a couple years ago, and that was named after another character of Lost. I tried to name all of my beanies after Lost characters. It did get really super weird about season 4. I do like the J better. It's just better for my attention, but you're welcome to do what's better for you. If I used a different hook, it won't fit an adult size head. Welcome! So for my truly beginners that are just now learning to crochet, I would like to give you another tip that if you are watching this video on YouTube, you can slow down or speed up if you want to, the replay. So you have control over how fast it's all happening with the playback speed. So you can do this on your phone and on a tablet or a computer. You can adjust the playback speed of your YouTube video to go faster or slower. I love that show Lost, but I hated the ending. I also hated the ending. When I watched it the second time, the ending was a little bit better for me. But the first time when I saw the ending, I was like angry. It like ruined my day. Yes, we are making the Claire Bun Beanie. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. That would be fun in the mom. That would be fun. They lost me at some point. I'm just more impressed how quickly you can crochet a number 4. I have made so many of these. So many. Over 1,000. I'm comfortable saying over 1,000 at this point. That's the only reason why I'm so quick at it. Also, this freaking hook. I'm not kidding. If you've never used a Clover and More hook before, you are potentially, I mean, it depends on how you hold your hook, but you're potentially missing out on some excellent speed because I believe it's made me much faster. Using hashtags, so that's one of the things we talk about inside of Crochet Boss Academy. We have an entire module dedicated to Instagram and how to do well over there and how to grow your channel and how to lead to more sales and how to talk to your ideal customer. All of that is inside, I believe it's module 5 of Crochet Boss Academy. Doors to Crochet Boss Academy open up at the end of February, but we do currently have a gift card option available if someone wants to gift it to you as a Christmas gift. Yeah, Lost is really fun. Highly recommend it. So for Instagram, you can use up to 30 hashtags. I recommend using all 30. You can put them either in, I'm doing this with you and you are fast, LOL. I have a Clover hook too. But like, are you faster with your Clover hook than you are with not Clover hooks? Clover and More specifically. Crochet Boss Academy is perfect for any crocheter who wants to start a business or grow their business selling finished pieces. That's who, I don't need more hooks. Girl, you can, after you try Clover and More, you might want to sell all your old hooks. I ain't even kidding. Okay, we want to do up to 30 hashtags. You can either put them in the caption of your actual post or in the comments. I would suggest doing a little test and seeing which one does better for you. I only use Clover and More, still can't crochet as fast as you. Yeah, but do you crochet faster with Clover and More than you do with your previous hooks? Because the metal is like butter. You don't realize how you are subconsciously fighting against your yarn when the metal doesn't run through so smoothly as Clover and More does. The metal is like butter, and it makes me so much faster. Okay, so hashtags, you can put it in the caption or the comments. I put mine in the comment or in the caption. That just works best for me. I've seen a higher return on, like a higher analytics when I put them in the caption, but you can also put them in the comments. A lot of people, really smart Instagram people know, and they do that. So that's fine too. Whatever works best for you. You can get, Joann's might have it, but Hobby Lobby does not. I can't remember if Michael's had it or not, but you can get them from Amazon, and Joann might have them too. You might could get them, me too, Nicole. You might could get them from just Clover.com. Google Clover USA or something like that. I can't remember their actual URL, but you could probably get it. Michael's sells Clover hooks, someone said. Use those coupons. My Hobby Lobby has them. So my Hobby Lobby only has the big plastic ones. They don't have these little ones. They have their brand of what they would consider these little ones, but mine does not have the clover more unless they just added them recently. Let's see. Also with your hashtags, you want to use hashtags that your ideal customer would be searching or following. You do not want to use hashtag crochet if you're trying to sell bitty boho bags to girl moms, right? You want to use hashtags that your ideal customer is searching. Even crochet bag, like most people, I mean, not everybody, some people, and I guess it depends on who your ideal customer is, like in their crochet or knitwear knowledge, but some people are just going to be searching for like boho bag or little girl accessories or girl mom or mommy and me purses, something like that. So you want to use hashtags that are ideal customer specific. But I feel I would have a better progress with a fatter end. Oh, you can get Clover and more hooks made from our clay making friends. So Angie of, what is her Instagram handle? Angie and Becky are two clay makers. Ashley Fox is a clay maker. But you can get clay hooks made from people in our community that they can make the handle as big as you want. I like the rubber handles specifically because this puppy does not move. Harper Baby Hooks, thank you. This puppy does not move in my hand. And subconsciously, if your hand is sliding around all over your hook, you're going to be subconsciously fighting against it, right? We want it to be as smooth as possible. And that's why I choose the rubber handles. They don't move. They stay right where I want them to be. I can't connect. Maybe there are problems with the live. Looks okay on my end. Let's go ahead and do another giveaway, guys. That way we don't run out of time. Go ahead and start guessing 1 through 126, not the number 93. 93 has already been guessed. You can start your guesses numbers 1 through 126. One guess per giveaway, please, unless you see that somebody else guessed the same number as you, but before you, then you can guess again. And then Sierra will be looking for the winner. Sierra will be watching for the rule followers, so no need to try to police yourselves. We've got it taken care of. We have thought ahead. And then I will draw a winner. And this time, let's give away the daisy sticker. We're going to be doing the daisy sticker this time. So open internationally, no matter where you live, I will send you this sticker. Guess numbers 1 through 126, not the number 93. After I type the word stop in the comments, no more guesses will be accepted. So we're going to go until I say stop. I'm going to do a couple more rows, give you guys plenty of time to get those numbers in. And then we will draw out of our big old nesting basket. I'm using the biggest size of the nesting basket to hold my giveaway numbers. Okay. Let me see where we're at on my... Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Okay, I'm going to set this down because I might have either done one too many or I got one left. Let's draw. I'm going to go ahead and say stop. S-T-O-P. And post. Okay. Drawing a number. Let's do this one. 98. Another 90s. 98 is the winner of this sticker. Sierra will reach out to you, and I need your name, your Instagram handle, your address, so I can ship it to you, and which prize you won. You need to say Daisy sticker. Let's count my rows here, because I either have one too many, or multiple too many, or two less. But it's definitely not 50, because it's on, well, it is on the opposite side. So yeah, it could be. Let's see. So I'm going to count these going from peaks and valleys. The peaks are going to be the high up, the valleys are the down lows. So I'm going to go 2, I'm counting my peaks. So 1, okay, counting my peaks, ready? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50. Oh my goodness, definitely got carried away. Let's take some out. Maybe it is this guy. I'm going to just double. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 32, 4, 6, 8, 42, 4, 6, 8, 50. I believe that should be right. Okay. Now we've got our 50 single crochets, our 50 rows. Congratulations, Super Steph. Super Steph. Very cool. Okay, we are going to chain 1 and turn our work. Now we are going to fold our brim like this and match up our first row with our last row. And we're going to be going through each of the 9 stitches on both rows at the same time. So I believe in the pattern we just slip stitch it, and that's what we did when we joined this one. So this was day 4. If you want to go back and watch that replay, I show you how to just slip stitch it closed. For this one, I'm going to show you guys what I actually do, because I wasn't able to describe this to you when I wrote the pattern back in the day, but I think I can describe it to you now. So I'm going to fold my brim, remove my hook from my loop, my working yarn, go into the first stitch of my first row, and then I'm going to go into the first stitch. I'm sorry, Sierra. Normally I would go slower, but we will be here for 2 hours if I do. Then I'm going to go through the first stitch of my last row, and then I'm going to put my working yarn back on my hook, and then I'm going to pull through both of those stitches. Actually, sorry, undo that chain 1. We're not going to chain 1. I mean, it won't make a difference, but we're not going to chain 1. In through the first stitch of the first stitch of my first row, the first stitch of my last row, then grab my working yarn and then pull it through both of those, and then we're going to chain 1. So now what I do is the join as you go method, and I've described this in other patterns, but that's what I do when I join my Claire Bun Beanie. So I'm going to place a single crochet in this stitch, and then I'm going to remove my hook, go into the first stitch here, grab my yarn and pull it through. And then I'm going to single crochet in the back loop. Sorry, it needs to be in the back loop of this stitch. Place a single crochet there, remove my hook, go into the second stitch of the first row, grab my working yarn and pull it through. I'm going to do that all the way down. Single crochet in the back loop, remove my hook, go into the stitch, put it back on there, and pull it through. This is totally personal preference. If you want to single crochet it or just slip stitch it up, you absolutely can. This is just what I have started doing back in years ago, and this is what I do every time. And add a moderator. Sierra, I could make you a moderator. That's new information. So if you're not digging the slip stitch, or if you just want to try this and see if you like it better, or then try it on your head and see which one is more comfortable, if you can notice a difference. I just do. I think I'm faster this way. To me, a slip stitch up is a little bit clunky, and this gives you a different, I don't know, it's a more seamless looking attachment part to me. It's totally personal preference though. After we get our 9 stitches joined, we're going to flip it to where it's right side out. So you know it because your tail is on the inside. Going to flip it right side out, and now we are going to do row 1 of the body of our hat. So if you can remember from day 4 when we made these, row 1 is worked in the raw edge of our work. So we're going to be going right here instead of normally when we'd go in between the stitches. This is the raw edge. It's the side of our rows instead of the tops of our rows. I'm so glad you guys are loving the tip. So we are going to place our single crochets all the way around, and we have 50 rows, but we need 55 single crochets because that's going to give us the mushroom shape of the Claire Bun Beanie. See how it's mushroom shaped? That's how we get that, is we increase on this first row. So that's how we know if we've done it properly. It's one of the things that I looked for when I was hiring helpers. Sorry. Oh, pop my back. I don't know if you could hear that, but it was kind of loud. Okay, so normally I would say do 10 and then increase because there's 50 and we're doing 5, math. but I'm going to just show you what I do every time. You can do it however you want. This is probably not the best way to do it, but it's how I've gotten in a rhythm, and I increase in the same spots every single time. So I start by putting my first stitch really close to my chain 1, and then my last stitch is also going to be really close to my chain 1. So I'm kind of like adding a little bit of a cluster here, which probably isn't the best because I'm not evenly distributing my increases around. So you can do single crochet 9 and then increase, single crochet 9 and then increase if you want to. But I'm just going to show you what I do. And I'm going to put, oh yeah, I'll be saving it. It'll be here on Instagram and on YouTube. So I'm just going to place my single crochet here. I'm pretty sure I go around the stitch, not through it. I don't take the time to go through it. It's not noticeably different. If you want to go through it, you're welcome. I usually go around. But I'm going to place my first one here for my first single crochet. And then my next one is going to go here. And so you're looking at the different ends of the row. So this is either the start or the end of a row, and this is either the start or the end of the row. So let's just say this is the end and this is the start. I'm not sure if that's right, but that's why they look different, because we turned our work every time. So that's why where you're going to put your stitch, there's 2 different places for every 2 stitches. So you've got, I call this one, I can't remember what I call it. I call this one a bar, and I think I call that one a cluster or something. I talked about it in the dinosaur backpack pattern, but that's why it looks different. It's because one's at the start of your row and one's at the end of your row. So we're going to keep going. We've got 2 single crochets, 3, 4, 5, 6. I always increase on one of these and not one of these, because I feel like this one is a little bit more dainty and it would leave a bigger hole. So I always increase on one of these, and I always increase right here for 7, 8. I always do that. It makes no sense. It's not necessary, but that's how, when I make my Claire Bun Beanies without thinking, I always increase there. And then we go 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and then this one is where I always put my next increase. And I will only be doing 3 increases because I have so many by the starting chain is why. But this is where I put my next one. So that was 21, 22, 23, and then I do it again at 38, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, and then I increase here, 37, 38. Let me end this, and then I have another tip. 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, and then 55 is going to go right up there again. So that's why I just did 3 increases, is because there's so many right here. 55, so, and then we're going to join into the top of our first single crochet. So our chain up never counts as a stitch. It's always just like extra bits that's hanging there. We're going to join into the top of our first single crochet, and we are going to chain 1. Okay, now I want to just say really quickly, if you were going to make your Claire Bun Beanie where the brim was a different color than the rest of it, I would crochet over. The correct way. I would crochet over for these stitches instead of under, because it's going to make it cleaner for you. It doesn't make a difference, Mamacita. Both are great. You're not going to be able to tell a difference. But if you are going to change the color of the body of your hat versus the brim, at the single crochet row, I would yarn over, yarn over, and so it's not twisted. Can you see how my single crochet is slightly twisted? If you yarned the other way, it would be more of a perfect little V. It wouldn't be twisted up. And I think that's prettier for color changing. I'm very intentional about that whenever I do things like with color work. So like my Gracie dolls and stuff, I try to always yarn under or over, yarn over when I'm changing colors, just to make it a little bit cleaner. Okay, now we are going to start our puff stitch rows. We have 7 rows of puff stitches with 28 puff stitches, and then we'll do our decreases, and then we end with a single crochet row around the hole. So we're going to start by putting our first puff stitch in that chain space right where we joined, in the same exact top of the first stitch right where we joined. To do our puff stitch, we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into the stitch, grab our yarn, pull up a loop. Now we have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, into the stitch, grab our yarn, pull up a loop. Yarn over, into the stitch, grab our yarn, pull up a loop. We're going to do that one more time. Yep. Yarn over, into the stitch, grab our yarn, pull up a loop. And then we're going to yarn over and pull through all the loops on our hook all together. This is another stitch that comes in handy to have a clover or more hook, because if you have a hook that's a little bit sticky, it won't be as easy to pull through all those loops, because that's a lot of loops. I think it's 9. I think we counted with the day 4 pattern. I think it's 9. So now we are going to chain 1 to secure our puff stitch. We're going to skip the chain closest to, we're going to skip the next one, skip the next space, and then we're going to puff stitch in this space. So that chain 1 that we did takes the place of this space. Now we're going to puff stitch in the next space. So again, we're going to yarn, I yarn under. You can do it whichever way that you want. It's not going to make a difference. We did have some discussion during the Claire Cozy that this might be why I can do them so quickly, is because of the way that I yarn under instead of over. That's a theory that you could play with, but I'm going to show you here in a second. So I go under, pull up a loop, and then I go over, and then I go in, and then I go under. And I don't know why. That was not intentional. This is what I thought I was doing it correctly when I was learning the puff stitch. I thought I was doing it correctly. Chain 1. We're going to do that all the way around. Here we go. Ready? Just like that. Yes, I know. I've made so many of these, you guys. Do not be discouraged about your speed. I have made too many of these. I have made more of these Claire Bun Beanies than most crocheters should make in their lifetime. Like, it is not common to make as many as I made. It was chaos, but I loved it because I thrive in chaos. That's just where I'm living my best life. I guess because if things get too slow, then I get lazy and then I get tired. So it's better for me for things to just be super chaotic. So then we're just going to keep puffing them out, you guys. This is going to take the longest part, is these 7 rows of puff stitches. And I really wish that I could have had like a partial one made where I could be like, and now we're done, and pull out the other one. But then I was like, we need to just be doing it together. This is more fun this way. The good news is I can absolutely chat while we are making puff stitches. So feel free to chat with me in the comments, and we can just kind of hang out. After we do a couple rows, we will do another giveaway. I do want to show you how to get your seam straight. We talked about that for the Claire Cozy, but some people struggle with their seam going at an angle up the back of their beanie. Yeah, you can work the 55s around, whatever you got to do to get to 55. I wish I pre-did the brim ahead, just finishing my brim. Guys, if we weren't on a time crunch, I would just stop and hang out and wait for more people to catch up. But if this video is too long, it will be nearly impossible to upload to YouTube. And this thing, my internet kind of cut out on us the first time because that video was too long. Maybe one day we can do like a Crochet Claire Bun Beanie class. And it'd be very small, like maybe just 10 to 20 people, and it'd be live through Zoom, and we just go very slow together. Maybe we could do that. But for something like this, I feel like we just need to keep it going. You can catch the replay. Also, there is a full video tutorial already on YouTube, and you can adjust the playback speed, which I think is a really handy tool. Another thing, Mama Page, another thing you can do with YouTube that you might not know is you can flip the video over the horizontal line. Like, I guess that's the vertical line, technically. But, so if you're a left-handed crocheter and you want to watch your YouTube videos from the perspective of a left-handed crocheter, you can flip them. And all you have to do is add a little bit of words to the URL on any YouTube video. I can't remember what the phrase is, but a quick Google search will tell you. Okay, so that's my last puff stitch. It's right up really close. If that's wrong, I'll pull it back out. So let me count. And that's how I would instinctively do it, like where I make these in my sleep, basically. So I'm going to count and make sure. We should have 28 puff stitches. Ashley would have like 4 made to our one Zoom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, speedy fingers. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Perfect. So I'm going to go turn on my fan, and that will give you guys a couple seconds of me not crocheting because I am sweating and I don't want to take my hat off because then the YouTube video is going to see my hair, and it was made to wear a hat. It was intentional because I knew I was going to have a hat on. So let me just grab my little fan remote. Isn't that fancy? Fancy. Let me turn it on. Okay, hopefully that'll cool me down. I can't take off my hat. Okay, now we're going to join into the top of our first single crochet. So, I'm sorry, on top of our puff. So this looks like it's the top of our puff. And this looks like it was the chain 1, but that's not the case. This is the chain, and this is the top of our puff. This is where, there you go. Thanks for sharing, Super Steph. This is where we're going to join our row here. Join and then chain 1. Now this next part is going to dictate whether your seam is conky-wampus or straight. So if you look at this Claire Bun Beanie that I did, let's find our seam. Where is it? Hang on, it's here. There it is. So this is a one that I did a while ago. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, it keeps moving on me. Can you see the seam? Right there? Right up the middle, nice and straight. Boop. That is because this is dictated based on where you put your first puff stitch. So as you can see, the first puff stitch after this seam right here alternates. Next to the seam, far from the seam. Next to the seam, far from the seam. Next, far, next, far, next, far, all the way up. That is how you get your straight seam. On anything that I designed that has the puff stitches like this, that is how you're going to get your straight seam. So our first puff stitch was right up next to our starting chain. So for the next one, we're going to go all the way over here into this chain 1 gap from the previous row, and we will end really close to our puff stitch. So we're going to be not next to it on this side for this second row of puffs. So I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to put my puff, and then now you can see it looks kind of holy, but that's by design, and it's going to make your seam nice and straight. So we're going to do the next round of puffs, which is 28 puff stitches. That's another thing that's good about watching YouTube replays because you can pause the video. You guys are doing great though, and you will get faster the more you make these, and the more you get used to like the puff stitches and your hook and how to hold your hand, like all of the things. The more you make the same thing over and over again, the faster you will get. I didn't make anything else for a solid 5 months. What was December to April? How many months is that? I didn't make, and obviously, honestly though, before that, I wasn't making anything else because I was preparing for beanie season. So I probably had 6 solid months of the same year in a row where I didn't make a single other crocheted thing other than, oh, sorry. So sorry. Let me try to scoot my phone back because I'm really reaching over the table here. Maybe that'll help. Let me pop my back. Okay. I didn't make a single other thing besides Claire Bun Beanies. So that might be another reason why I'm so fast. Is that better, fellow 2U13? I can't really see that good because it's so close to me now, but I hope this is better. It was really fun. I don't know, it was good for me. Like, I love repetition. I love doing the same things and knowing what to expect, but I also love spontaneity, like being spontaneous and just kind of going by the seat of my pants. Like I love that too, but I was very happy. I was not stressed. I was not crying. I was just living it up. I was so happy. And I was missing family events and stuff because I had to stay home and crochet beanies, but I wasn't even sad about that either. It was literally one of the best times of my life. I really enjoyed it. Whoop, 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 whoop. I wish I could do that. I have 30 different things going on at once because I get bored. Yeah, it is. Sorry, I keep missing stitches because of how I've moved my phone now. The phone is kind of right in my vision line, but it is better for my back, so we're just going to kind of go with it. We're going to have 7 rows of puffs before we start our decreases, which is going to be 8 rows of our body because this is row 3 because our first row was single crochets. Last one is going here right up next to my previous starting chain. And then we're going to join into the top of our puff stitch, which is this guy, not this guy. It's deceiving. This is the top. And then we're going to chain 1. Okay? For the next row, we're just going to do the same thing. How many? Oh my gosh, we're already at 48 minutes. This one is definitely going to be over an hour. Maybe we can keep it under 2. My kittens are trying to play with you crocheting. Oh my gosh, I bet that's so cute. Yeah, they don't get it. You're right, Southern Blush, but you can always, join the crochet community here and just know that they don't understand the people in your life, and that's okay. Not everybody can understand everything about everything else, right? We're all passionate about different things, and that's by design. That's the way we were made to be, and that's good, because if we were all passionate about the same thing, it would be really boring and really bad. So don't let that get you down. Don't let that make you feel unsupported or unencouraged. And if people be ugly to you about it, now that's a different story. But just don't let yourself guilt yourself to death over that, and it's only for a season. In the summertime, nobody be buying crochet stuff. You can go to all the family events you want in the summertime. You just need them to give you a good couple of months of no guilt work time. And then they can spend all the time they want with you in the summertime. Also, I sometimes take my crochet with me to family things. And for one, some of our family things give me severe anxiety. And crochet helps me to stay calm. And gives my hands something to do. Gives my mind something to think about. And also kind of makes me a little bit unapproachable. A little bit, not enough to where it's I look like I'm being rude, because I can look up and I can still have conversations. I'm usually doing Claire Bun Beanies when I do that anyway. So these, I'm having a conversation with you guys right now, and I'm not even missing a beat. You know what I mean? So it depends on the pattern, but I often take my crochet with me. And at this point in my journey, my family on both sides know that I have to crochet these things. They know that this is the business that I use to support my family. They know we rely on this income now. Originally, it was just extra, but now we rely on this income. And so they also, that's another thing. The further along you get in your business and the different levels of success that you reach, the more the people around you are going to come to terms with the fact that you're serious, and this is a serious thing, and you're not just playing with yarn all day long. My pleasure, guys. I'm happy to talk it out with you all. It's a hard thing. Entrepreneurship is very difficult. That's why inside of Crochet Boss Academy, we have the exclusive Facebook group, and the only people allowed in there are that class's group of crochet bosses. It's very intentional. There are conversation starters that are posted every day throughout the day, and brainstorming activities and ways that you guys can communicate with one another, help each other grow your businesses, and that bonds you guys because you are bonded because you guys have similar passions and similar lifestyles. Obviously everybody's different, but it's still, a lot of them are going to be in similar seasons of life. Majority of them, but there will be people on different sides of the scale that is in a different season, but there will be a big chunk of people that's in similar seasons of life. And having a community around you is one of the best things that you can do for your mental health. A sincere community, not a what is it? Not, like, what is it? It's not pretend. It's like when you make something just because that's what you need to make it, and it's not like what would naturally happen. I don't know, like constructed differently. I don't know, but I really do love the Crochet Boss Academy Facebook group. I get a lot of positive feedback. Do they support me by purchasing my items? No, because I don't sell them anymore. I don't sell finished pieces anymore. So the only things in my shop now are ready to ship stuff that I made when designing the pattern. And I have so many of them because I have to make 15 before I can get the pattern out. So they don't support me by buying my things because I don't sell things to them. But previously they did. And also we have the family members that think they can get free stuff, and you're welcome to make your independent decisions on that. But if you want them to purchase from you instead of asking for free stuff, you have to kind of cultivate that relationship with them. You have to kindly say, yeah, I'd love to make you that. That's actually listed in my Etsy shop, and you can go ahead and purchase it, and I can get started on it as soon as the payment processes. And then you're just gently telling them there are no freebies right now. Or you can even have a coupon code, say, yeah, I'd love to make that for you. If you use coupon code family only, you'll get 15% off, and you can just go right to my Etsy shop right now and purchase that, and I'll make it as soon as the order comes through. Like, you can create the type of conversations that you want to have with your family regarding to your business. People will treat you the way you tell them to treat you. Not always, but majority of the time. So if I came on here and I was talking about knitting machines, sorry I'm not able to read the comments at the moment because I am chatting it up, but I was talking about knitting machines, and I said, guys, I got this new cool toy, and I'm really liking it. I know it's not hand knit. I know it's not like I didn't learn the skill of knitting and take all this time and energy and perfect my skill over time like real knitters do, but it still gives me like a knit beanie, which is nice because I don't know how to knit like you guys do. You guys are so good at knitting, and I really like it. But like, if you don't like it and you just would rather hand knit, that's totally fine. You do that, but I like it and it's fun for me. If I came in here with that tone and those mannerisms and that body language, that's going to say to you that I'm feeling guilty and shameful about this thing, and then you should treat me accordingly. That's what that's going to do. But if I come on and I say, guys, look at this. I just got this. This is so awesome. I can make a beanie in 20 minutes. Do you know how many free beanies I could hand out to the college kids in my community if I made them in 20 minutes? And my ugly yarn looks so cool because it's made in the round and it makes these really cool stripes. So I couldn't even use this yarn previously because it looked horrible with crochet, and now it looks awesome. And guess what? It doesn't hurt my elbow. My elbow hurts so bad, and now I can still make things in between rest days for my elbow. If I came at it from that tone with those mannerisms, and I'm sharing my excitement and my joy with you, that's going to be what people resonate with. They are going to come back to me with excitement and joy because I'm telling them how to respond to me with my words, actions, and mannerisms. So keep that in mind when you are talking to your family. Be kind and happy and gracious, and understand already that they are probably going to be a little bit more ignorant than you in this area because they are not part of this community. And give them grace and just know that it's a learning curve, and you can just try to cultivate and curate the right type of relationship with these people. I hope that was helpful. Confidence is everything. Good morning. I am so enjoying your enthusiasm. Thank you, friend. Yes, I love variegated yarn in the machines, but not so much for crochet. I'm right there with you. And some of the variegated yarns that look cool in crochet, like Painted Canyon or Printed Canyon, I love this yarn, looks really cool with the knitting machine too. Like I really like using variegated or striping or anything like that with the knitting machine. I think it's so fun. My pleasure, Alexis. Oh, I'm glad. You're very welcome, friends. I'm glad you found it helpful. This is something that I had to teach myself a really long time ago. And when Taylor and I first started being BFFs, this is something that she and I talked about. For some reason, I don't know if it's because I'm videoing myself or what, but my tension is being a little tighter than usual. So this looks like it's going to be a little small. But my count's not wrong because we don't check that. But I think my tension's being a little tight because also I'm in a hurry. So that might be why. Thinking about getting that knitting machine. Girl, get you one. I'm going to make a YouTube video. I have a reel already drafted that will go live sometime the next week, I think, sharing the different sizes and what you can make with them and pictures of them. It's already live on TikTok, but I'm going to be resharing it over on Instagram because I think getting a visual representation of what the finished piece looks like based on the machine is going to be helpful. Yes, Crochet by Kayla, I am going to give a full craft room thing. I'm just waiting on 2 more things. Gabe is going to make me a new table, so this little plastic pop-up table will be gone. And then he is going to add shelves to my closet because all my totes are currently hanging out in the hallway. So I need to get my closet organized all the way. Or I guess I could do a tour without the closet and then do a closet tour later. But I was trying to wait for my closet and my fancy table. He's going to build me a really nice table. You can buy spare parts for knitting machines. Which one broke, Yarn for you? Was it a Centro or an Addy? Ooh, nice. Or I guess there's other ones too, JMit. There's other ones. So if you really want to watch that reel, you can go to TikTok. It's already live over there, but I'll share it on Instagram soon, and then I'm going to try to make a more in-depth YouTube video. I just don't know when that'll be. It'll definitely be after Christmas, though. Centro 48. Okay, so I don't know. I have an extra handle for an Addy because I have a broken Addy, and I bought another one. I broke it by using a drill instead of an electric screwdriver. You might be able... Hola, Chile! You might be able to get a Centro handle and just replace it. Or you could ask somebody who has a broken Centro if you can buy their handle. Can you make a messy bun beanie with a knitting machine? You can. I think there's already patterns out there, and if I was to make one, everybody would lose their minds and say that I copied them. But what you would want to do is make a tube, and then fold it in half on itself. But then instead of clinching the tops, you're going to single crochet around them instead. And you might need to do some decreases so it's not so big. Sorry, my back. But you can also make a brim for a Claire Bun Beanie on the knitting machine, a double brim, and then just crochet the rest of the body. And I could release that pattern without ticking off anybody. So I can put that on my 2023. I can scroll through 2023 and see what dates I have open for patterns because I've already got most of it filled in. Yeah, knitting machines are really fun, and they are, I mean, honestly, as someone who struggles with chronic pain in my elbow due to crocheting, if it wasn't for knitting machines, I might have to go days where I don't get to make anything at all because the knitting machine does not hurt my elbow, and I have a really crappy elbow from making thousands of Claire Bun Beanies in 6 months. Very easy to work with. You can check out some YouTube videos. I have a couple on my channel. Definitely for the Addy Bear, I can't remember if I got any other ones. There's probably another one up there. But I know I got the Addy Bear. I have one for like a little bow that you can make with the 22 needle. Like a 5-minute bow. It's really fast. But do you see how mine's not being super mushroomy? Like it's kind of going straight up instead of out. I think it's because it's going out a little bit, but I think that's my tension, y'all. I think I don't know if why I'm not nervous. Like I'm living my best life right now. So I'm definitely not nervous, but maybe my body's nervous. I don't know, because I make these all day long. Just scared to use it, worried I'd never figure it out. Watch tutorials before you get one. That way you know you've already got, definitely would get a Centro just for brims. I'll try to get that out to you guys. It would be really fun. But watch some YouTube videos about how to cast on, how to cast off before you buy your machine. That way you can get a good jump start mentally. And then once you get it, just start playing with it and follow the YouTube videos and see if you can't figure it out. And then if you absolutely hate it, I'm sure you could sell it inside of a crochet Facebook group that allows selling of things. We are right at an hour. So if for some reason, Instagram decides to cut us off, I'm going to go ahead and turn off my other video and then turn it back on. So they're less than an hour, because if I try to upload a video that's over an hour, it will take 6 days because my internet is not great. Sierra's internet, the one hanging out here helping us with our giveaways, her internet is stellar, and I'm jealous. Speaking of giveaways, let's do another one. Okay, we are going to do another giveaway. Guess the numbers 1 through 126. These are the two that have already been guessed. You can choose one number per giveaway unless somebody else already put out the same number and you need to guess another one so you can still participate. So guess your numbers 1 through 126, and then I will say stop. After I say stop, there will be no more numbers submitted, and then I will draw from my nesting basket one of the numbers, and then Sierra will look through all of the comments and make sure the winner that she finds followed the rules before announcing the winner here for all of us to see. Numbers 1 through 126. This time we're going to give away the magnet. Yarn Makes Me Happy magnet. I ordered these from Sticker Mule as like a trial run to see, and I had like 50 of them. And they're really dainty and fun, and it's like a sticker that you don't only get to use one time because you can stick it onto any magnetic surface and then remove it and stick it to another one. So go ahead and get those guesses coming in. I'm going to take a sip of water and then draw one of these guys. Okay, I'm going to say stop. S-T-O-P. I'm going to give you like 3 more seconds to get your comments because if I stop it before those comments come in. So I'm saying stop. Here it's getting ready to come. Here we go. Post. No more. Now I'm going to draw one. I'm going to draw this one. 47. 47 is our winner. Sierra will find you, and she will let you know and let me know who won. You are winning this magnet. Then I'm going to need you to email me, Ashley at A Crafty Concept, not a DM on Instagram, an actual real-life email with this information down here, please, so I can get your magnet to you as fast as possible. Okay, now we have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows of puff stitches. We are going to do our decrease rows. I'm going to put that back there so everybody can see what kind of yarn I'm using. So our first, I'm gonna pull up the pattern just so I can double check. I sometimes psych myself out on this part for some reason. But we're gonna start by placing a puff stitch in the first spot. Where's my decreases? Okay. We're gonna be on row 9, right? Yes. So we are gonna puff stitch in the first chain 1 space created right here. And then we're going to puff stitch decrease. I'm going to show you how to do a puff stitch decrease. So normally when we make our puff stitches, we go in and around 4 times, right? For the decreases, we're just going to do that for 3 times. Congratulations, Katie Scott! So we're going to yarn over or under, whatever, insert our hook into the chain 1 space, grab our yarn, pull up a loop, do that 2 more times, that's 2, 1 more time, that's 3, and then we're going to do the same thing in the next chain 1 gap, yarn over, into the next one, pull up a loop, do that 2 more times for a total of 3, 2 and 3. Then we are going to yarn over and pull through all those loops on our hook. That completes our puff stitch decrease, and then we're going to chain 1. I'll do that again, but a little bit closer to the screen this time. Now we're going to do 3 puff stitches in between each decrease. Oh gosh, oh my goodness, okay. 3 puff stitches. This is 1. This is 2. Okay, and then the last one. And 4. Okay, now we're going to puff stitch decrease, and I'm going to try to go a little bit closer to the screen if it will stay focused and all the things. Yes, this magnet is in my shop on my blog, not... I don't think it's in my Etsy shop, so craftyconcept.com/shop, and you will find it. It might be in, like, the miscellaneous. Let's just look. Everybody says I'm going too fast anyway, so let's just take a moment and look. We're going to go to the shop tab. These are the collections, aka sections, so there's a miscellaneous section, and that is where the magnets are, and I believe they're, yeah, $5.55, and hopefully they come with free shipping. If they don't come with free shipping, let me know. It should be free shipping. I think that it is. Open internationally. Okay. Now we're going to decrease, and I'm going to come closer to the screen. So we're going to yarn over and insert our hook into the space. Thanks, Sierra. That's 1. 2, and 3. So that is just I'll show you in just a second so someone said, I love your new website. I haven't updated my website yet, but I'll show you what you just saw. It looks like a new website, but it's not. I'll show you. So we do our 3 into that chain 1, then we yarn over and we do 3 here. 1, 2, and 3. Then we yarn over and pull through all the loops on our hook. That's our decrease. So let's go ahead. So what you're looking at after you click the shop tab on craftyconcept.com. So we're at craftyconcept.com, right? This is my website. It is going to get updated. I have bought a new template, but I haven't updated it yet, which is very sad. But now we're going to click the shop button and watch what happens. If you look at this URL, you're not at craftyconcept.com no more. I have it linked, so it feels like you're still at craftyconcept.com, but now you're in my Etsy patterns site. This is an Etsy pattern site, not my WordPress website. And an Etsy pattern site is like an Etsy shop, but it's a little bit different. And there are some things that are different, but mostly the way that you're charged. It doesn't mean pattern like crochet pattern. It means Etsy, the word pattern. I thought that was kind of unfortunate that they went with that name because my people get very confused, understandably. 3 more puff stitches and then a decrease. 1, 2, 3. 3 more puff stitches. Woohoo! Good job! That's 1. That's 2. And that's 3. And my dogs are barking. Then we're going to decrease. 1, 2, and 3. Pull through all. We are almost done, friends. Puff stitch for 3 more times. That's 1. This is 2. And this is 3. Now we're going to decrease. 1, 2, 3, decrease. Now we've got some puffs. Two more rows of puff stitches and then 1 row of single crochets, and then this bad boy is complete. Decrease over these 2. I love it made with this linen yarn. This linen is so dang classy, and it would have never caught my attention. I think I saw somebody else had made some in this color, like a different style of beanie. This color would have never caught my attention at Hobby Lobby, and it has changed my life. So join into the top of your first puff stitch. Now we're going to get ready for the next row. So we're going to start by doing puff, puff, puff. And then we're going to do a puff stitch decrease. So this time we're going to have 2 puff stitches in between each decrease. So this time we had 3. Next row we're going to have 2. So we're going to start by putting our first puff stitch right here in the chain 1 space right up next to our hook. Right up next to our chain 1 space. There we go. That's 1. We're going to do 2 more and then we'll start our decrease. That's 2. And then the last one here. 3. And now we have our decrease. So decrease here, and then decrease here. I love all the encouragement in here. Now we're going to do 2 puff stitches, 1 on each side of the previous row's decrease. Puff stitch here. Here puff, there puff, everywhere a puff, puff. Okay, and now we are going to decrease. Okay, chain and 2 puff stitches. 4. Sometimes my brain tries to psych myself out and I will forget the most obvious thing that I definitely know, and I will forget it for some reason, and it blows my mind when that happens. So far so good today though. Maybe because I just made some Claire Bun Beanies yesterday. Just finished my first row of puff stitches. You're doing great. You're doing great. The replay will be available and you can adjust the speed from there. How many rows of puffs before decreases? 7. 7 rows of puffs before we started our decreases. Okay. Oh, sorry. Another decrease. I will look at the listing. I need to make it, because I can send it to you with just a stamp, so I will adjust the listing. Jess, will you email me that and remind me to do that? Because I will forget. So if you email me, Ashley at A Crafty Concept, and ask me to adjust the shipping for international on the magnets, and I will fix it to make it way more affordable. It might be like $1.30, but I can send it with just an international stamp, and I think those stamps are $1.30. Okay, we're going to join into the top of our first puff stitch. We've got 1 more rows of puff stitches. And then we are going to do our single crochet rows and then we're done. So we're going to start by putting our first puff stitch all the way over here. And then we're going to puff stitch decrease. My pleasure. Okay, and then puff stitch. I'm going to puff and decrease all the way around. That's the repeat for this row. Decrease. Jess, and I do want to clarify, please email me, Ashley at A Crafty Concept, and don't send me an Instagram DM about it or it will get lost. And then it will never happen because it will get lost and then I will forget and then I'll remember 3 months from now and then I'll be sad. 3 months from now while I'm trying to like take a shower or fall asleep. And now we've got a puff stitch. Almost done, friends. Whoa, 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 whoa. I will not be sewing in my tails on camera or adding my tag because I have the video that's already on YouTube. I sew in my tails, and then I have a separate video dedicated just to how I do my tags. So you can find all of that. If you're watching the YouTube replay right now, I will put the links in the description for you to find the tag video, but there is a tag video showing you exactly how I attach my tags to my Claire Bun Beanies, and I do have a little trick. So if you've not seen that one yet, it might be helpful. Last puff stitch goes here. The replay will be available. Join into the top of our first puff stitch, chain 1. Now for our last row, we are just going to single crochet 1 time in each stitch all the way around. I think it's 23. If I can remember, it might be 24. So we're just going to single crochet 1 time in each of the stitches. I do go in the actual stitch this time, not around it. I go in the actual stitch. And then we can tie off and say our goodbyes and do our last giveaway. Won't you guys go ahead and start guessing for the last giveaway? We're going to give away 1 more PDF. Do you have a video for the regular beanie? It's coming in the next couple of weeks. So we're going to give away the PDF. Go ahead and guess numbers 1 through 126. Don't choose the numbers that have already been selected because they're not in the basket anymore. 1 number, please. And this is the last giveaway of the live, and it's going to be for the PDF version of the Claire Bun Beanie. This PDF is still $5, so it's one of my more expensive PDFs. So it's going to be a good one to get for free. All of my original OG A Crafty Concept video or patterns are $5. Okay, now we're going to join into the top of our first single crochet. We are going to cut our yarn. And we are going to tie off. Now I will use a tapestry needle to sew in my tails and attach my tag. But this is what it looks like. It's a little tight. My tension was a little tight, but it is going to be really super stretchy. So it'll probably still fit an adult head just fine. But if I try it on and it's too tight for me, I will just market it as a child size and call it a day. Usually my tension isn't an issue, but I think it's because I'm filming live or something that made it weird. Okay, let's turn around and say hello. Hello. Welcome. I'm so happy you're here. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab our basket. Getting ready to say stop in 3, 2, 1. We're going to say stop. S-T-O-P. No numbers after my stop comment goes live will be accepted. We have to have a stop point. Hello, hello. Okay. now, hey girl, hey. It's crazy doing a whole live with just your hands. Now I'm going to pull the number. Here we go. Try to find one that's not been pulled before. Okay, number 60. 60 is the winner. Sierra will find you. She will tag you, and she will tell you what to do next. But you are going to send an email to Ashley at A Crafty Concept, not an Instagram DM, but an email. You're going to tell me your name, your IG handle, what you won, which is the Claire Bun Beanie PDF, and then your email address so I can send it to you. And that will be the way for me to get it to you the fastest. All right, friends, that's it for day 6. Thank you for being here. She can't see the comments. Am I able to pick the winner? Okay, I can. Let me look for 60. Hang on. Okay, wait. I'm going to go all the way up to where the numbers first start. Give me some grace, guys. I'm not as good as this as Sierra. So I see a 55, but I don't know. I got to see if we got any closer. Hang on. So far, 55 is the closest without going over. 62, dang, so close. Still not anybody. Okay, so are we all in agreement that nobody else can see? Well, I can see. Okay, I think it's going to be our 55. I didn't see anything closer to 60, right? Yeah, I didn't see anything closer to 60 higher than 55 without going over. So I'm going to go up one more time and just double check. It moves around on us, you guys. It's really difficult. And it got glitchy, so that's not helpful at all. And it's every time I'm trying to swipe. Okay. Hello, JP's 10-year-old. Okay, I can't even get to it because the comments are still coming in and it's restarting. Okay, love2crochet_knit. You got 55, and I think that's the closest. I'm gonna come down here. That's the only one that I can see. Someone sees a 60. Okay. ANGIS_craft chose 60. Thank you, guys. I couldn't see it. But look at all these people telling us. Okay, we're going with that one. Thank you. Sierra, it's ANGIS_crafts. She got 60, and she gets the PDF. Way to guess it right on the nose. Sorry, you guys. That is extremely stressful. We are doing our best here. Okay, friends, thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. I think this one had the most viewers so far. That doesn't surprise me because the Claire Bun Beanie is forever the most popular gal here at A Crafty Concept. She is the most popular gal. She has blonde hair and she surfs for fun and she's really kind and does charity work in her free time. And she's a cheerleader also. That's who Claire is if she was a human. Tomorrow we're going to be making, I think it's bitty boho bags. I'm pretty sure we're making bitty boho bags tomorrow. So if you have little girl things in your shop or have little girls on your Christmas list that you need to buy something for, definitely tune in tomorrow. It's 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, just like today's. The next 3 are going to be at 11 o'clock, and then the last one, day 10, is going to be at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The replay will be on YouTube as fast as I can get it up for you guys. I do have very poor internet, so I apologize for that. Don't forget your freebie with the Claire Bun Beanie tags. They are in your email, and they are available on the Claire Bun Beanie blog post if you didn't get the email this morning. But if you didn't get the email this morning, go ahead and sign up to CrochetMAS email list so you can get all of these free things every day. Go to acraftyconcept.com/CrochetMAS, sign up. All one word, no spaces. And you can sign up and start getting some freebies today. Thank you guys for being here. I know it was another long one. I apologize. I will be more intentional for CrochetMAS 2023 to make sure I choose very, very quick projects so we're not here for 2 hours at a time. I hope you have an amazing day, a wonderful, what is this? What is the day? Tuesday? Yeah, an amazing rest of your week, and I will see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's take a picture for the gram. A little posy for the gram. Okay, hopefully that's long enough. Sometimes it's not. Okay, there we go. Bye, friends.